off of. Gotcha, Martha. All right, well, I have 7 minutes after. Definitely want to go ahead and get started on the call so people can get to cooking their turkeys and dressings and all that good stuff. Thank you all for who decided to join the call. I know everybody's getting ready for the holiday. So let's jump right in. We have our member spotlight tonight. It was going to be the Nolly Jenkins Family Center. They're based in Durant, Mississippi. And both of the emails you received today, you could read a little bit of background information about the kind of work that they do. But I believe we have Janice and some of her young people on the call now who would like to share a bit more about the work that they're doing down in Mississippi. So go ahead and take it away, Janice.
All right, good evening, everyone. Again, Nolly Jenkins Family Center. I'm Janice Harper, community organizer. Tonight, our young people will be presenting. We have our youth coordinator, Kamisha Smith. We have youth leaders, Kanaya Smith, Shamaya Woodley, Rodriki Ann Barnes, Justice Grisby, and Mariah Williams. And they will take it away.
Thank you. We are doing a actual presentation that you all aren't able to see, but we'll get the link. Ms. Janice will get the link out to everyone so you all can see the PowerPoint that the youth leaders put together with all of the pictures and words that showcase our work. My name is Kamisha Smith. I'm the youth coordinator here at NJFC. I've been a part of the organization since elementary school as a youth leader, then youth organizer, and transitioned to the youth coordinator in 2014, where I am working to train students in middle and high school on how to be leaders and agents of change inside of their schools, homes, and communities. So the first thing I want to get into is who Nolly Jenkins Family Center is, what we stand on, and what most of our work is about.
Nolly's vision. We envision an energized and engaged community where all people, young and old, are valued, nurtured, and supported as we work together to build and sustain strong families, leaders, and communities. NJFC's mission is to empower the citizens of the community by developing and supporting grassroots leaders, community organizers, parents, and students with the necessary tools and skills of community organizing.
My name is Rodriki Ann Barnes, youth leader with Nolly Jenkins Family Center. I have been a part of Knowledge for 2 years. I attend Holmes County Central High School and I am in the 10th grade. We believe, Nolly Jenkins Family Center believes every child can learn. It takes an entire community to raise and educate a child. And we believe in order to create a first-rate education for children, it is necessary to change the culture of public education.
Okay, we are located in Durant, Mississippi. It's a very rural community, which even more uplifts the need for community-based organizations like ours to provide opportunities for young people to have something to do inside the community, because we don't have recreation or rec centers for students to go to or things for students to do. So most of our program of work is kind of catered to the community and making sure that we're providing different events, opportunities to not only students, but adults and other stakeholders inside of the communities as well. Our programs include our Women and Girls Empowerment Program, major program, our youth leadership development, because we are an intergenerational model, and our policy development, Scholars of Peace.
Through our youth leadership and development program, youth leaders are given the tools and skills they need to advocate and change policy. We attend, record, and participate in our local school board meetings The youth leaders of knowledge presented to the board of health to the board on healthy food, school climate, education, technology, corporal punishment, alternatives for corporal punishment, and uniforms. We believe that students have a voice at the decision-making table. Elimination of corporal punishment since 2012. We went before the board multiple times in 2017, and this year corporal punishment was abolished. We have also been working to raise student voices through our Know Your Rights training so that they know why it's important to be on the decision-making table. Our goal is to impact policies on a local, national, and state level through our Dignity in Schools campaign, ELSA, and our ongoing programs of work.
One of our major programs of work is our Youth Leadership and Development Program. Skill development includes video recording, Through our Youth Leadership and Development Program, skill development includes video recording, the importance of storytelling, goal setting, time management, the 4 steps of community organizing, team building, interviewing, presentation development, resumes, and community engagement. Through our Youth Leadership and Development Program, students get the opportunity to get exposed to life outside of home county. True history, the impact and influence that youth voices have on social issues. Every summer, the Youth Leadership and Development Program starts off with the National Civil Rights Conference that exposes youth to the history of the Civil Rights Movement in Mississippi. Once the students make it through the summer program, they get the opportunity to travel to different conferences and convenings throughout the school year. NJFC goal is to create agents of change. Youth have done multiple presentations, including one-on-ones with board members and stakeholders on LGBTQ rights, school discipline, and creating a better community. We've hosted webinars, planned and facilitated workshops for peers on Scholars of Peace, Free Our Girls Teaching and Violence, and School to Prison Pipeline.
National Schoolhouse and Jailhouse program started at the inception of Knowledge with Ellen Reddy and Ellen Johnson, who noticed an influx of students. And at this time, they were male students who were just out of school. This was a time when students were allowed to be suspended for more than 10 days at the discretion of the principal. That was before we kind of did policy work to make sure that that number did not exceed over 9 days. But at that time, students were being pushed out of schools heavy and sent to our 2 major alternative schools in Mississippi. And once they got out of the alternative schools, it was hard for them to re-enter the mainstream education system, and their parents did not have the tools and skills that it took to navigate through that process. So under our provisional schoolhouse or jailhouse falls different campaigns that seek to engage students, because as I stated earlier, the need for recreation and things to do inside of the community is there. So through our provisional schoolhouse or jailhouse falls our reading program, our Princess and Kingdom initiative, and our Scholars of Peace program. All programs that seek to get all students involved, not just middle and high school, but all students from K through 12th and even beyond, so that they're engaged inside of community progress and are exposed at some point or another to community organizing and the idea that every student has a voice inside their community. So our first campaign is Scholars of Peace.
Peace engage students, their parents, and school learning activities. Learning Placement Experiences, a special student design project that addresses social and environmental needs. Scholars of Peace explores and identifies resources that enhance strategic learning and offer effective strategies to resolving disputes and conflict through our peer mediation and conflict resolution models. Peer mediation is a problem solved by youth to youth with the assistance of a trained mediator. Those are some of the alternative knowledge we're implemented inside of school since corporal punishment have been abolished. We started Scholars of Peace in 2012 with a core group of students and helped them become strategic learners. NJFC Youth hosts multiple events throughout the year. The most recent events were a bonfire retreat, a day of healing, and a day of action. On October 26, 2018, the youth leaders held the bonfire retreat. There were about 20 women and girls that attended the bonfire retreat. Youth leaders were in charge and there were activities and meaningful discussions, along with the exercise called Burning the Past. The goals were to bring each other closer together and learn more things about one another, how to become more open with one another, and how to spend quality time with one another. The outcomes were to build a better sister bond and create trust. We accomplished all of our goals and outcomes. On October 27, 2018, we held the Day of Healing. There were about 25 people at the event. The goals were to effectively bring awareness to the domestic violence and learning how to heal and become a new person. The outcomes were for women and girls to be in a much better place after participating and learning how to support one another and feel safe and loved. On October 27, 2018, we held the Day of Action. There were about 25 people at the event. The teaching addressed different scenarios that push students out of school. Group discussions around things that are going on inside of school and changes that should be made inside of school.
Good evening. My name is Justice Greasy. I'm a youth leader at Knowledge Jenkins Family Center. I have been a part of Knowledge for the past summer. I attend Holmes County Central High School, and I am in the 11th grade. Community service, learning for social change. Scholar of Peace from Mali to Mississippi, Living Histories Initiative, Life, Liberty, and the Pursuit of Land. Another program under our Prevention to Schoolhouse to Jailhouse is the Reading Program. The Reading Program targets K through 3rd grade students, but all students are welcome. I love to read and Read to Learn program helps students to improve reading and writing skills. It exposes youth to African American authors, illustrators while creating a love for reading and gets students on the correct reading level. Our reading program is usually during the summer months weekly. It was about 20 to 25 students K through 3rd grade participate every session.
Our 180 Degrees of the South Queer Youth Resilience Campaign started in 2014, which became a new program of work for Knowledge when we noticed that students were being pushed out. And when we started to do focus groups and kind of listening sessions, we heard that they were being pushed out for identifying as LGBTQ, pushed out and discriminated against, and also bullied, not by just students, but also administrators and staff who did not agree with their beliefs or how they carried themselves or what they chose to identify as. So we started doing focus groups with LGBTQ students and their allies. And to our surprise, we learned that students didn't have a safe place inside of the schools to go to or even to feel safe. Even when we talked about creating a GSA, that I'm sure most of us over it, but it comes from two things: the heat of the South, because it's always hot in Mississippi. I don't know how many of you have ever visited, but it's really hot and humid. But the 180 is also symbolic because when you think of change, to do a 360 is to end up with culture and kind of set a blazing new trail for queer youth voice, visibility, and power. We created in partnership with the ACLU a resource guide that teaches anybody who wants to know community organizations, allies, counselors, schools, even individuals, how to be good allies, how to educate themselves on trigger words, different scenarios, how they can help. And there are different resources inside the resource guide. It helps them to create a safe space inside their own communities or school or organization. We also work with counselors inside the schools, going in to talk with them to see where were they in terms of when if a student came to them and wanted to come out, or just being aware of enough knowledge to tell students where to go or what to say to them in different situations. And we found that they could come in to the well-being of students. We offered our services and our resource guide to the counselors so that they have the tools they need to at least scratch the surface of dealing with LGBTQ issues. And we sat inside of the policy revision committee, students, parents, and organizers to be a part of creating new policies that spoke to bathroom, that spoke to bullying policy, that spoke to LGBTQ issues that were addressed and raised by students. And we worked with, for the last few years, Teach for America, training teachers how to be culturally sensitive when you have classroom that is LGBTQ. So all of those things have been going really well, and we're continuing to work with school districts and counselors to create a space where all students feel welcome, not just some students, and making sure that as a community organization help in that process to make sure that this organization.
Another program is the women. Is the Women and Girl Empowerment. The Princess Initiative serves upper elementary and middle school girls, and the Queen Initiative serves girls transitioning to 9th grade and throughout high school. These initiatives were created as safe spaces for young girls to gather, discuss, and engage in conversation about self-esteem, personal goals, life, and many other topics in activities critical to growing, building, and sustaining spiritually, physically, and emotionally stronger ladies. On October 17, 2018, the youth leaders held It's Okay to Be Selfish workshop. And the workshop was to address the violence that women and girls face in our communities. It was to expose women and girls to what love really is, and to love themselves, build their self-esteem, and start caring about themselves more. The workshop uplifted self-esteem, self-love, and self-care for Domestic Violence Awareness Month. We met our goal teaching girls to know their worth and helping them realize that love shouldn't hurt. The total amount of people attending the workshop was 39 people. We had 37 students in middle and high school, and they really took part of the workshop because they was engaged in conversation. The purpose was to let girls know their worth and to take responsibility in life and to always have high self-esteem.
My name is Mariah Williams, youth leader at NJFC Family Center. I have been a part of NJFC Family Center for 2 years. I attend Home Central High School and I'm in 10th grade. The purpose of Princess Initiative program is to unite elementary girls in our school and organizations to provide them with the opportunity to grow both physically and emotionally. The process begins with providing them with a safe environment to share their thoughts and opinions. With a safe environment, young girls are encouraged to express themselves and turn critically think about their behaviors and choices. Over the 12 weeks program, girls will develop and increase awareness of their strengths, interests,
days and the tools fundamentally to become a prominent
To become a leader.
and to become a leader. Another one is Girls and Glitter Summer Party. The Girls and Glitter Summer Party is a part of the Princess Queendom initiative. We hosted it to create a safe space of love, support, and acceptance for girls of color. We had girls talk, makeup sessions, games, dance contests, team building exercise, and a lot of prizes. It was to uplift issues that Black girls are facing in schools, home, and communities.
As we continue, we've had a busy year. One activity that was not mentioned. Well, there were many activities that weren't mentioned. We just focused on the last few that we held, but we did our annual domestic violence awareness and prevention march that we've done for the last 3 to 4 years. It's gotten bigger each year as we raise awareness to domestic violence. This year, in the previous years, we've always done rallies. We've done a women and girls brunch for domestic violence where we sold tickets and decorated and allowed women and girls to dress up and feel good about themselves while also addressing some of the issues that women and girls face. This year, we went before our board of supervisors to ask for a community space to do a community mural that showcase domestic violence. Well, not domestic violence itself, but to uplift the issues of violence, but to also show what we wanted our communities to look like. So they heard our ideas, but we have to follow up with them, even though it didn't happen during Domestic Violence Awareness Month. We're going to continue to follow up because we want art to be a part of our communities because we realize inside of Holmes County we have a lot of talent and we want the community to look and feel better as we think about issues that we face, like violence. In the future, we have some things on our timeline that we are working towards. Some of them are to get public education fully funded, secure funding for our program of work. Of course, we do great work here at Knowledge. You all may hear a baby in the background, so we are really intergenerational. But to secure funding for our work because we do offer stipends to our youth leaders because, as I mentioned, we're in a rural community and there aren't jobs for students, but also jobs where students gain tools and skills to make connections and network and that they can take with them throughout their lives. We got corporal punishment abolished, but we still have a lot of work to do. We only got it abolished in Holmes County, but our goal is to have it abolished in Mississippi overall and to implement effective alternatives to discipline and have them implemented inside of our schools. And when we say effective, we want these programs to actually be thriving inside of the schools. Another goal in the future is to do more community murals so that we have a atmosphere of community and make our communities beautiful by having a vision and having access to old buildings that are no longer in use and doing community murals, calling out all of the tattoo artists, all of the students who are artists or want to do art. We also purchased a large house about 2 years ago that we're turning into a domestic violence shelter / a girls club because as you all have heard, all of my youth leaders are girls. We don't just recruit girls, but I guess because I'm the youth coordinator and our ED is a woman that we tend to girls tend to gravitate towards our organization. We do have males involved. They do more tech work, video recording, and taking pictures and editing our videos. And we also want to develop our girls club and use it for domestic violence victim and also LGBTQ students who may need an escape from home or whatever the case may be. So those are some of the things that we want to accomplish next year and beyond. And that's our program of work. I know it was a lot. And if you all have any questions, me, Ms. Janice, and our youth leaders are open to answer any questions.
Thank you. Wow, that was a lot. We really appreciate you all giving us a lot of detail and sharing about all the amazing work that you all are doing. Very impressed, especially with the fact that you guys purchased a house. That's beautiful. I think we have time maybe for 1-2 questions max, just because of the time that we have left. Are there any questions?
I have a question. This is Dan from the Center for Civil Rights Remedies. In terms of abolishing corporal punishment, and did you say that was in Holmes County, Mississippi?
Yes.
So, what was when you were what was the most persuasive thing that you did to change people's mind?
Well, the most persuasive thing that happened was a change in leadership. So we did the groundwork, but we had a change in leadership. We had a new superintendent to come in, and he already came with a fresh perspective on some things, and he was a part of going ahead to make that decision to abolish it once we had kind of did the presentations to the school board. And this is something we've done since 2012. It wasn't just doing presentations to the board, but that was persuasive as well, because each meeting there were different participants in the room, some who agreed, some who did not agree, but they all heard our stance on it. And it was a very powerful one. We had different students to talk about their impact, the impact corporal punishment had on them, and relating corporal punishment to the violence that we see inside of our communities, so that neither the school board members or the people in the audience could argue with the connection that we made between corporal punishment and violence. But we are thankful to the new superintendent that came in with a fresh perspective and mindset to kind of change some of the things that were going on inside the Holmes County School District. So I think that was the extra push that we needed, just some new leadership who believed in something much different than what our old leadership had. And we did community surveys. We've done different webinars and partnered with different organizations who are doing some of the same work. But it took persistence from our organizations to continue to do the work, to continue to have one-on-ones with parents and students, whether they agree with it or not, and continuing to go before the leadership inside of our school district. And that is what did that push, and we have to continue so that alternatives are implemented, because now that corporal punishment is gone, suspensions are rising, and in-school suspensions. So we have to meet with them at the school board meeting that's coming up to introduce the alternatives that our organization is offering to out-of-school suspensions and in-school suspensions as alternatives to corporal punishment.
That's great.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Thanks so much for sharing. All right. So we have the next item up on the agenda, which is basically two opportunities from the National Youth Alliance on boys and men of color. There is a youth fellowship application that is attached, and also
We went over our 20 minutes.
Okay, I can end this.
Still going.
I got in this room.
Okay, go ahead.
So I just wanted to